So আমরা এখানে vocal tools বলতে বোঝাচ্ছি the techniques or all these components এই যে আমরা pitch, volume, speed এগুলো নিয়ে যে কথা বলছি এই জিনিসগুলোকে আমরা কিভাবে ব্যবহার করতে পারি to make the presentation better. So first we can talk about pause. Pause means a break while you are talking, you take a break. Intentional break. It's not like you stop. Yeah, somebody bursts through the door and then you are forced to stop. No, it's not like that. You are stopping just to make your message clear or make your message a bit more emphasized. Emphasize meaning হচ্ছে জোর দেওয়ার জন্য যে আমরা তো এই কাজটা করতে পারি নাকি তখন that means what I'm asking for a response from the audience. So that is the intentional pause. But there is also a matter of balance there too. Matter of balance meaning your pause cannot be more than 1 or 2 seconds. It cannot be, because if you are pausing for more than that, what happens? Your audience might lose the connection. Your audience will not really know what to do. Say, I'm delivering something very informative. Everything is being delivered, but what happens is that all of a sudden I give a pause and the audience really doesn't know what to do. They're staring at you. আমরা বুঝি না stare S-T-A-R-E তাকিয়ে থাকা. So they're staring at you and you're not really delivering. So that is the problem. So you have to এবং we go back to Mark Twain. Mark Twain কে আমরা অনেকবারই আমার অত্যন্ত প্রিয় ব্যক্তিত্ব মার্ক টুয়েনের হাকলবেরি ফিন কেউ যদি সুযোগ পাও পড়ে দেখতে পারো হ্যাঁ মানে আমেরিকা যখন when America is turning into a industrial economy from a rural economy. So during that time there were some, I mean, গত ক্লাসে কি বলেছি? Did I tell you that Sharatchandra also actually kind of followed this model? He, Srikanto or Indranath. But he remembers. Okay, it wouldn't hurt to repeat it. Okay, so actually, if Joel needs a bit more explanation, because I'm talking about a renowned writer from the 1900s. He wrote very prolifically, like very lucid bolte bujhay porishkar, and he created 2 characters, Indranath and Srikant, and those 2 characters kind of to me resembles to Huckleberry Finn and the other guy in Mark Twain's novel. So যেহেতু সবাই এটা পড়েনি, not everyone has read this, so I'll not go deep into that, but Mark Twain actually is very prolific in his quotes, উদ্ধৃতিগুলো হ্যাঁ যে the right word may be effective, but no word was ever as effective as a rightly timed pause. ঠিক সময় মতো থামাটা এই জিনিসটা অনেক সময় রাইট ওয়ার্ডের চেয়েও ভালো কাজ করে, এটাই উনি বলতে চেয়েছেন. So that means that you have to really develop a keen sense of the timing of your pause. কখন থামতে হবে, কখন থামা উচিত না, সেই ব্যাপারগুলোতে। ফলে এই ব্যাপারটা কিন্তু খুব হঠাৎ করে তোমাদের আসবে না। you have to practice for that. And what happens is that when you do not find the appropriate word while you are speaking, there is a possibility that you have to put something in. So the pause can be a timely thing to do. You are saying something, then you are trying to remember an appropriate word, so you stop. Rather than doing or.
So
I
it's
sometimes
like filling the gap without any
unintended
sounds.
sounds. Okay, so those unintended sounds are like that. So this sort of, when you are making sounds, but that is not the desired sound, that might turn off your audience. So you are supposed to avoid that, and you can do that by using the pause. So that's the message of this slide. Okay. Now we'll talk about vocal variety. Variety means different things together. You are using tools. You are using rate, pitch, volume, and you are trying to make your speech expressive and entertaining or interesting. And that is why it is called, variety is called the spice of life. Spice of life, Anguji. What do we mean by that?
Interest.
It adds some flavor, it adds some more to the taste of the original food. So that is the spice. So when you are using these vocal tools, they can add spice to your public speaking, to your presentation. When you are monotonic, like a flat, listless, and unchanging voice, is as deadly as presentation as a flat, listless, unchanging routine to daily life. That means when you are saying something in a monotonic voice, it will be very an uninteresting thing to do, and that will provide a negative impression of the speaker to the audience. So you have to change the rate, you have to pitch, you have to turn up the volume. Sometimes you can turn it a bit lower, like trying to create a suspense, like saying Sherlock Holmes, he is very close to solving a mystery. So what he does is like, "Dear Watson, we are waiting for a big revelation." So you want to know what that is? So this kind of variation will really make it interesting, and the audience sure would like to. They will lean forward, and then lean forward মানে হচ্ছে সামনে গিয়ে আসা বা সামনে ঝোঁকা, and they will certainly feel interested. So that is the vocal variety. Oops. All right. Articulation means the other one. Articulation. I have not filled it up with the appropriate text, but articulation means you are doing something willingly, intentionally, but in a very organized way. That is called articulation. So তার মানে কি আমরা বাংলায় বুঝতে পারছি, মানে আর্টিকুলেশনটা হচ্ছে হলো তুমি কোনো একটা যে কোনো ধরনের একটা টুলস বা যে কোনো একটা টেকনিক ব্যবহার করছো এবং কিছু কথা বলছো যেটা গুছিয়ে সুন্দর করে বলছো। সো ইট গোজ উইথ দ্য গ্রেড, তাই না? যে আগে যা whatever we have said before, ওই জিনিসগুলোকেই when you are using it very intelligently, then it is becoming an articulate thing. Okay, now there is a problem there. Tongue twister. Tongue twister মানে হচ্ছে যেটা বলতে গেলে আমাদেরকে হোঁচট খেতে হয়, হ্যাঁ? যেমন মনে করি এখানে একটা বলছে Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers. এটা কি পিটার নামে একজন পাইপার মানে যে বাঁশি বাজায় সে বিভিন্ন পিকল মানে হচ্ছে আচার হ্যাঁ তাহলে সে কিছু মরিচের আচার পেপার হচ্ছে কাইন্ড অফ গোলমরিচ বলতে পারো বাট অনেক সময় ইও বলে যে গোল গোল ক্যাপসিকাম যেটাকে আমরা বলি বাংলাদেশে হ্যাঁ এগুলোকে ওরা পেপার বলে তাহলে কি ওইরকমভাবে আচারের মতো করে রাখা একটা একটা পাত্র ভর্তি কে তুললো পিটার হু অলসো প্লেস দ্য ফ্লুট অর হোয়াট এভার অর দ্য পাইপ হ্যাঁ কিন্তু এটাকে একসাথে বলছে পিটার পাইপার picked a pack of pickled peppers এবং আমিও স্টাম্বল করি তারপরে আরো থাকতে পারে I don't know. I mean, I probably picked up the
পাখি পাকা পেঁপে পেঁপে
হ্যাঁ পাখি পাকা পেঁপে খায় right so what are you supposed to do while you are trying to say these sort of things প্রথম থেকে একটু slowly যাওয়া go slowly then repeat it as many times as you can and then you raise your speed that's the way to do it tongue twister গুলো সবসময় মানে যে এবং you are supposed to know it before even going for the presentation কারণ presentation নিয়ে তুমি দেখবে ও আচ্ছা এইটা আমার আসছে so naturally you're gonna be slow তোমার যে overall the speed that at which you are talking that will be interrupted so you all of a sudden you are maintaining a speed then all of a sudden you slow down so that really doesn't look that great to your audience so if you have some sort of tongue twister you are actually supposed to practice it many times before even giving the presentation all right so vocal control makes the story interesting actually there I put some text in it, but the version I did not know this, so I brought this one. Actually, that would be a different one. So, can you pause it a little bit? Let me see if I have it in my. So, these are the tongue twisters and elaborate definition. A name or set of words, sentence or phrase that are difficult to pronounce, especially when repeated quickly and often. So, এই যে tongue twister এর একেবারে perfect definition. Okay, let's focus on this. Okay. You don't. If you look at your air conditioner, it's not gonna act as you want. It's not. It doesn't have AI. Okay. So please look at me. So another tongue twister. She sells seashells on the seashore. Or look at the third one. Lesser weather, never weather better. What does it mean? What does it mean? Lesser leather, never weather better.
স্যার আমি বুঝতে পারছি মিনিংটা
হ্যাঁ বলো
মানে স্যার হচ্ছে স্যার এখন বলি স্যার মানে মানে কম শীতের কাপড়ে স্যার আমার মানে কম শীতের কাপড়ে স্যার মানে ভিজা ভেজা দিনগুলোতে ভালো কাজ করে আর কি এরকম কিছু একটা মিন করছে
Really?
Joe?
Joe?
Yes.
Can you make sense of that? Lesser leather.
মাথা
বৃষ্টির দিনে কম কাপড় আমাদের হেল্প করে
Actually, these are very much culturally the cultural context. You have to look at it. mean, we can explain
আমরা তো স্যার
according to
direct বাংলার-
our context.
স্যার প্রবাদ
So
বাক্য
that's
type-
why I was asking for Joel's opinion. Yeah, what do you think?
I don't know actually.
The type of leather that was never weathered means to make something prepared, and weather better. So less weathered thing can actually withstand মানে হচ্ছে সহ্য করা, withstand weather better মানে weather বলতে বোঝাচ্ছে কি হয় rainy or it's a blizzard type things, raining during winters, that sort of thing. So if something was prepared, I mean, in the process, probably I'm going to ask my textile engineering colleagues. I'm also clueless here. Anyway, so you get the message. So you are supposed to try to say the tongue twister for a few times in a row as fast as you can for a bigger challenge. Okay, bigger challenge meaning you are actually trying to be prepared to say whatever other tongue twister coming. So practice the different tongue twisters several times a day and see if you notice any improvement in your pronunciation. So the main point here is you have to practice. That's it. There is no other way to get around this. Okay. Now another vocal tool, pronunciation. So you are supposed to actually pronounce something. Pronounce means what? Ucharan. So you are supposed to say there is some word like let me write a word. Let's see how we pronounce it.
Genuine.
Am I writing it right? Can you check? Genuine. Okay. There is a tendency to pronounce it as genuine, but it should be genuine. Meaning authentic, real.
So like entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur. Yes.
Entrepreneur.
Good.
Entrepreneur.
So we are most likely to pronounce it entrepreneur, but since this is a French word, they pronounce it as entrepreneur. Then another one is like that. Now you know how to pronounce it.
Sir, like the Spanish food jalapeno, like it's written in JLA.
Right.
But they just say it like jalapeno.
That's very familiar in Hispanic culture,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One.
Jalapeno.
One of my Gonzalez. How do you spell it? One Gonzalez.
C. Yeah. C.
G-O-N.
Yeah.
Gon.
Z.
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 L. Yeah.
Z. Right? Okay. So that's Juan Gonzalez.
Juan Gonzalez.
But we would call it Juan.
One.
The same thing happened when I first read about the capital of Puerto Rico, San Juan. কিন্তু এটা আমি পড়েছিলাম হচ্ছে San Juan. So what is it? Okay. This is called entourage. Entourage meaning দলবল নিয়ে হাঁটা। হ্যাঁ, মানে মনে করো রাজা বাদশারা হাঁটছে সামনে পিছনে তার পারিষদ বর্গ, হ্যাঁ, so it's entourage. So that means that gives us when we are trying to be true to the origin of the word, then it says something about that we have to care for the people who are actually saying the word, whose language really brings out these words. Like that same goes for Bangla. Yeah. So if someone comes from the United States and tells you Bangladesh, we don't really like it that much. It should be called Bangladesh, right? And so they say Bangladesh.
ঢাকা বলতে পারেন, ঢাকা বলে স্যার।
Dhaka, not Dhaka. Okay, so that means that we have to really be very faithful to the origin of the word, and that really makes the audience happier, definitely. So and what happens when you are reading those words, they kind of you just put the meaning into the word, but how you are pronouncing it really doesn't matter. But when you are saying the word, it really does matter. That's the message here. Okay, so if you are lucky, the problem is that we usually don't know when we are mispronouncing a word, especially for foreign languages. When we are speaking in foreign languages, many a times we come across some words that are alien to us. Alien মানে আগে কখনো দেখি নাই, ভিনদেশী, হ্যাঁ? So we have to be very, very careful. If you are lucky, we learn the right pronunciation by hearing someone else say the word properly, or by having someone gently correct us in private. Audience থেকে একজন নিশ্চয়ই তোমাকে বলবে যে hey, the word pronunciation is like that. Please pronounce it correctly. No, they're supposed to say it in private, like এইটার word, এইটা এরকম হবে। আচ্ছা, what happens? How do you understand from the audience? They're raising their eyebrows. মানে আমি যে বাংলাদেশ যখন আমি বলছি, কেউ বলছে তখন বাংলাদেশের লোকজন মানে there is a what's going on here? So this sort of thing are actually signs that your audience are disapproving your pronunciation. So if you're smart enough, you're supposed to say that, please forgive me. You'll see it many a times when someone delivers a picture. Did I pronounce that right? They say, right? Especially in terms of asking for people's names. Say some Bhattacharya. So they say in English, Bhattacharya. আমাদের দেবপ্রিয় ভট্টাচার্য, হ্যাঁ, আমরা ভট্টাচার্য, হ্যাঁ। So usually the most gentle thing to say is that please forgive me if I have pronounced it wrongly, or please correct me if I'm wrong. All right, or you can actually be prepared for this sort of situation if you practice in front of your friends. So presentation means actually preparation. You cannot do it without preparing for it. Yes, we are taking extempore speech here and there, but the ultimate thing should be very much prepared and organized. You cannot come over here not being ready. That's a big no-no. No, you cannot do it. All right, and how do you get the proper pronunciation? As I turn to YouTube, because YouTube has lots of like, how do you pronounce this name? So you look it up in YouTube and you can find it. Tongue twister we have said. Now pause, yes, we have covered it. All right, articulation, vocal control. That was the last topic actually. So I could not prepare the text, but I will add very shortly. But we can, nevertheless, we can talk about it. So, what is your opinion now? That since we have heard about those techniques or things that we have to care for while we're talking, what are the things? How can you make your voice interesting?
So, balancing the volume, sometimes maybe higher, sometimes maybe lower, and sometimes changing the pitch according to the situation or according to the story. And pretty much like that, but when we are stuck on some part, so we can fill the gap by even giving a pause or something like that. And if any tongue twister comes up, we just need to be prepared for that. That's it.
Very well actually said, and he has covered everything.
Yes.
So that's actually the gist of this slide. You are supposed to be prepared by looking at voice, pitch, volume control, and you are supposed to be ready for the tongue twisters. And you have to sometimes take the pause, use the pause to fill in the gap between your contents. So, and we have also, this concerns the regarding the voice control thing, but never forget about your gestures,
Gesture,
eye
posture.
contact, and all this. So you guys are ready for presentation, right?
Most likely.
So we'll stop here for today, and then we'll go for the presentations. Okay?